Hi angels, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about my forever journal. This is going to be a part 1, I think, because I kind of want to show the evolution of this journal over time as I continue to add more and more to it. But I wanted to show you what I've done so far because I think she's pretty sexy. She's not at her baddest self yet, but like I'm really loving what's going on so far. Yeah, I just want to show you how I'm currently setting this up and what changes I want to make, because I know a lot of divas have been getting into journaling and I love journaling. Ever since I did the Artist Way, journaling has been really therapeutic for me. But one thing that I hated about it was I use up so many notebooks. They go by like that, like you run through them when you journal every day. So now having this forever journal, I'm able to refill the inserts rather than get a whole new notebook. This is my journal. As you can tell, I was inspired by the Louise Carmen journals that are really popular on TikTok, and with good reason. I was debating getting one myself as kind of my big Christmas gift. I'd been thinking about it for literally a year, like from Christmas 2024, but I just could not justify spending $200 to $300 on a notebook. So I didn't fully make this from scratch. What I did instead was I got dark brown leather notebook from Barnes & Noble, $25. The inserts that come with this notebook are not refillable, but they do have the little strings on the back, which you can cut them once you're done with pages the journal already came with. You can put your new inserts in with some string that you can get, like, that's pretty cheap, to tie it all together. So I might go for a different color when it gets to that point. My priority for the notebook was that it had to be dark brown leather. I didn't exactly want the flap on the front, but I figured I can make it work, and I did, because I took this old floral lace headscarf that I got from Free People years ago that I wasn't wearing anymore. I turned it into this little doily for my notebook, and here you can see like the inside of it. And my original plan was to glue the bottom part down to this, but then I realized you literally wouldn't be able to open it. So instead I just glued it at the top. I took one of the triangle edges of the headscarf, used a hot glue gun to attach it to the back of the leather flap so that way it outlines the envelope shape. And I think she's so gorgeous. I love lace. I wanted a really delicate touch to my notebook, and I think that this is perfect. And I think it's such a nice way to upcycle something that was once in my wardrobe to my journal. Just, you know, a personal touch. I really would like to get a charm for the outside on the strap. Some other cute little embellishments I can add, but for right now, this is good. I'm trying to work with things I already have. It comes with 4 inserts, so like 4 different journals on the inside. The first one I decided was going to be my calendar and planner, even though I know it wouldn't take up the whole thing. The second group of pages I decided would be my 2026 manifestations / vision board. So this is just kind of where I have a positive space to write out and script what I want, what goals I want to accomplish, what things I want in my life. And every time I write something in it, I leave enough space so that way I can add pictures. Then my third part of the journal was going to be my morning pages. I have so many other notebooks that I'm currently trying to use up where I do my daily journaling. And then once I'm done with that, I will switch over to this notebook. But also when I travel, I'm going to take this notebook with me because this is like my go everywhere planner as well as being a notebook. So I will have the space to do my daily journaling when I'm not at home with all my other notebooks. And then the last section is my content planner and notes. And by content planner, I don't necessarily mean planning out exclusively what I'm doing here on YouTube or TikTok or anything. But a lot of times when I'm doing my monthly favorites or any type of list video, I need to have it handwritten in front of me so I don't forget something, because I usually make all my lists on my phone, but I record on my phone. So this will be the space to have all my notes with me that I can read off so I don't forget anything, and just notes for anything else in general. I want to be able to have a section in my journal specifically for writing poetry or my original works, any type of creative writing that I want to do, I want a space for that. There are currently no pockets on this notebook, but I wanted to see if it was possible to get something that I could glue to the inside of my notebook, or if I can find some type of insert that I could use to make that work. A lot of this is stuff that will develop over time, because my goal for my forever journal is that it is my forever journal. The person that I am at 29 right now, I know what I like and I know what I want, but in 5 years from now, that might look completely different. So I want to take the time discovering more things about myself and crafting this journal to express all the different versions of me, rather than having it done all at once and it being an extremely pigeonholed version of myself at a very specific era of my life. And I think the last thing I had to show you about this was the calendar, because I spent, I want to say, at least 3 hours on this in Photoshop. I got a wall calendar from one of my tattoo artists in LA, Avery, which I love their work so much, and their wall calendar is gorgeous. I'm obsessed with it. And I wanted a pocket version for my journal. They didn't make one, so I figured I would make my own, and I did take inspiration from it. So all the credits goes to their calendar. Like, I'm not profiting off of this in any way, just for my own personal use. And it's not exactly like, it's not a 1-for-1 scale replica or whatever. I just got inspired by the layout, specifically the grid. So I used Adobe Photoshop, and the longest part of this process was making the grid, and creating January was the hardest part. But then every other month was kind of easier because I had the January template to work off of. But this is what she looks like. So I decided to go for a cross stitch text, which I bought for $15. And I also used the cross stitch a bit on the grid. And then I used like a marker brush to draw the shaky lines. That was the main inspiration I took from Avery's calendar. And then at the very bottom of every month, I added a little book of the month section, so that way I could write what my main book is to read for the month. Since I can only average about 1 book per month right now, maybe in the future I'll add it to books, plural. My video cut off because my storage is full, so that's really fun. So we're gonna try to wrap this up really quickly. The next thing I know for sure I want to add to my journal is a border around the pages of my calendar, because I printed them out on cardstock and then cut and glued them to fit the pages of my notebook. I think it'd be really sexy to have a lace border. So I'm going to get some lace ribbon, cut it to fit the edges on all my pages, and then that will be my calendars, and I'm gonna start filling them in. I was waiting to work on my January one, start crossing off the days and stuff until after I finish this. Yeah, that's the progress on my journal so far. My very exciting part 1. Hopefully I'll be able to update this in a few months or so, few weeks, few months, who knows. Like I said, this is something I want to work on over time. I'm not trying to rush through it, but I do want to give you guys updates as they come, because I think this is just a really cute thing to do and creative project to funnel some energy into. Yeah, that's about it for me today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And I hope you angels are having a beautiful winter time, getting through the month of January. This month does not fucking feel real at all. Hope you're getting through it, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye, angels.